Hey everyone, hope you're having an amazing halfway to Halloween month. Excuse my voice, by the way. I don't know what's going on, but my voice is still not healing even after being sick. So I haven't been sick for weeks. Don't have a runny nose, no sore throat, no cough, all that's gone. And I'm left with this voice that's hanging on by a thread. So if I sound a little raspy, that's why. We're just gonna go with it. Because there's no way I am skipping my halfway to Halloween mantle this year. Absolutely no way. And that's what we're doing in this video. I'm actually standing in front of my mantle. This is pre-halfway to Halloween decorations. This is just my usual all year round dark decor situation on my mantle. So we're gonna be doing our annual halfway to Halloween mantle, where I clear this off. We're gonna decorate it for halfway to Halloween since we're halfway to the most magical month of the year, which is October. I know it's not technically halfway to Halloween. Every year, somebody tries to get me and be like, "Ghoul, it's not technically the day yet." I know, but we're halfway to the month. You know what I mean? To the season. Well, the season starts now, but you know what I mean. Halfway to October. And usually on my halfway to Halloween mantle, I like to do an in-your-face Halloween, orange, blacks, whites, jack-o'-lanterns, the whole thing, ghosties, the whole thing. Because on Halloween, we usually do a whole theme, like a witchy theme or a graveyard theme, a little bit more of an aesthetic or ambiance kind of situation. Where halfway to Halloween, I'm just looking for Halloween. I need the pick-me-up, I need the orange and the black and the whole thing. So I don't know what that means for this mantle. We're kind of just going to see where the spooky wind blows us. We may do in your face Halloween. We may see other things that inspire us as I'm going through my decorations and essentially see where the spooky wind blows us, which is my favorite thing to do. Anyways, before we get into our halfway to Halloween mantle, I wanted to mention the sponsor for today's video because it is the perfect sponsor since it is spring-a-ween. It is halfway to Halloween. It is a new season. And sometimes we need a new little scent. And you know I love switching up my fragrances, especially with each season. So enter ScentBird, which I've talked about ScentBird before, and I've tried a bunch of different fragrances. I've even found my signature scent through ScentBird, which I never would have found without them. So I love ScentBird. I love the whole concept. If you haven't heard of ScentBird before, ScentBird gives you an opportunity to try a different designer fragrance every single month. And the selection is diverse and you have flexibility with over 900 fragrances to choose from. They have anything from designer fragrances like Versace or Prada, or they also have niche fragrances like my personal favorite, Confessions of a Rebel. The Get a Room scent is my all-time favorite. It is my signature scent. And I do like dabbling in other scents and trying new scents, especially like I mentioned, as the seasons change. With ScentBird, it's affordable and minimizes risks. So I don't have to commit to a full-size bottle if I'm just wanting to try something new. And with your first month of ScentBird, it's only $8. And then it's less than $17 after that. And you get a full 30-day supply, which is a nice, generous amount. Plus, I love that their packaging is small and easy to carry. I can throw it in my purse and my car. And their quiz encourages you to experiment with fragrances and offers personalized suggestions based on your preferences. And a couple I tried this month for spring, first of all, this strawberry shortcake scent. Look at this packaging. This is so freaking cute for spring. And the scent profile on this one is strawberry jam, wild strawberries, bergamot zest, vanilla shortcake, and whipped cream. It smells like a strawberry extravaganza. Love everything about this scent. Also, I got this Moschino Toy 2 scent. The scent profile on this one is mandarin orange, peony, and ambery woods. And this one is so good for spring. The citrus, the floral. Anyways, per usual, I have a steal of a deal if you're wanting to check out ScentBird. You can either scan the QR code or click the link down in the description box. And with my coupon code Libra55 off, you'll get 55% off at ScentBird. Plus, you'll get free delivery to your door and a free case. So you get the product for half the price. That's just $8. What you know what I'm gonna say about that? That's a steal of a deal. So definitely check out ScentBird. Anyways, let's get to decorating. We're gonna do it good old fashioned style where we hang out, chit chat, decorate, talk about what we're doing, making decisions. I ask you how you feel about things. You let me know in the comments how you're feeling about it. And yeah, we're just gonna, let's hang out, decorate, grab yourself a spooky snack, a beverage. Let's hang out, let's decorate, let's do it. Here we go. All right, here we are in front of my everyday dark decor mantle. I'm gonna start taking this stuff off of the mantle. And while we're doing that, we'll talk about what we're doing. I don't really know what I'm doing. We're gonna kind of wing it per usual. I kind of changed my mind on the theme we're doing up here. And I mentioned this before or earlier that usually every single year I do an in-your-face Halloween. If you've been around here, then you know I do an in-your-face Halloween mantle. Jack-o'-lanterns, orange, black, all that kind of stuff. Halloween in your face. But I feel like we've done that over the last several years. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling that inspired by it right now. So I think while I was digging out my decorations, I think we're gonna do a rotten pumpkin patch, maybe, in a graveyard, maybe, in Sleepy Hollow, maybe. And I know that's all the things. And some of you might be like, why don't you just hone in on one? And I would, but I feel like we've done that. We've done Sleepy Hollow, or like a dark aesthetic with Sleepy Hollow. We've done a graveyard theme, and we haven't done Rotten Pumpkin Patch. And I have some Rotten Pumpkin looking things. These guys from Home Depot, these scary looking guys. I don't know, I thought about mixing these in. I don't know if this is gonna work at all. I have no idea how I'm gonna make it work, how they're gonna mix in with the theme. If not, then it'll be a cool, spooky, dark mantle that pretty much looks like this. But we're gonna try to mix it up. I'm gonna wing it. I'm gonna put some new things up here. So we're not gonna have all these, or maybe none of these things, maybe some of these things. I don't know what else we're putting back up, but that's what we're doing, I think. Rotten Pumpkin Patch, if it'll fit in with we've already done a graveyard, so it's not gonna be the same kind of thing. And Sleepy Hollow, because last year, if you remember, we went hunting for that new Headless Horseman. And I was hunting for that thing. And I finally found it on a freaking Saturday. I'll never forget it because I don't go out on Saturdays normally because it's just too busy. Home Goods is a disaster. Where am I putting all this stuff? I have no idea. Anyways, we finally found the Headless Horseman I had been looking for, only to not even decorate the mantle. I didn't even use it last year. So, because my living room was basically an entire playpen during the fall. It was Lucian's little play area. Not to mention, I was pregnant and miserable, so we didn't really do a whole lot of decorating last year, which gets me even more excited to decorate the mantle for Halfway to Halloween, because we haven't decorated the mantle since last Halfway to Halloween, and it was an in-your-face Halloween theme. That's maybe why I want to mix it up a little bit, because last time I decorated the mantle for a Halloween event, it was in-your-face Halloween, so I feel like I just did that. So we're going to do something different and see how it goes. All right, so we're going to start with our centerpiece, the star of the show, this Headless Horseman. This is the one we hunted for last year. If you've been around here for a while, you know I've gone through an evolution of Headless Horsemen. There have been smaller ones, larger ones, detailed ones. This is the detailed one. This is more like a washed silver grayish color. And we've lost. There have been some casualties. I think we've had 3 broken Headless Horsemen and some fallen horsemen. And this one, I'm hoping we don't have any accidents. Because I got this guy last year and I love him because he's got more detail on his jacket and this pumpkin, the whole thing. I love everything about him. He's a new and improved version of the last one. The only thing I don't love is putting him up high. You see the bottom of the pumpkin. Maybe I need to put like a piece of felt or something in here because you could see the switch and all that underneath. I don't know if you can see it in the visual. I don't know that you can. Yeah, you can't really see it from afar, so maybe that's okay. But we're going to leave him there for now. I don't know if this is the Headless Horseman we're going to end up using. We may end up using the black one if the black one ends up going with the color scheme better. But we're going to start with this guy because I really want to try to decorate with some things that we got last year that I didn't get a chance to decorate with. This is one of them. And then I wanted to go grab these lanterns real quick. Wait, let me put up, I'm going to put up some tombstones first. I don't know if I want these mossy, like I don't know if I want it to be mossy or not. So do I want to do it backwards? Oh, there's a freaking spider egg sack. Not ideal. Can we put this guy here? I just feel like the moss doesn't really go, but we can always pull it in later. Like we can put some moss on the mantle, or is it gonna pull in the rotting jack-o'-lanterns? That I don't know. Let's try the moss first. We can always turn it around if the moss doesn't work out. Actually, I might end up doing this. And then putting some branchy trees here. Hold on, let me get some branchy trees. You know, we cannot do a mantle without a branchy tree. And I kind of want to do one. Is that a real spider web? Perfect. Guess the spiders are spidering this year, everybody. Turn this around because it has a jack-o'-lantern on the front, but I don't know if I want to see that. Is that too, like, is that just like a giant urn in your face? Oh God, I'm falling all over everything. And we can move these over. So then I have this lantern. Again, we got some real spider webs going on. Maybe, oh shoot, I'm not trying to ding up this freaking mantle, everybody. Or am I? I got these lanterns from Home Goods last year on clearance, if you remember. If you know, you know. But they may go on the floor. They may not go here. I'm not sure yet. Or they may go there. They may move this back over here. I just feel like now we're just getting too... I'm either going to do the branchy tree or the lantern. But I feel like the lantern might have to go on the floor. Because now we have too many large pieces on the mantle. And we still have small pieces to put up here. Do we need to get another branchy tree to bring in the visual? Let me grab one. Alright, here's another branchy tree for the visual. I know I want branchy trees. I just don't know. This one doesn't have... The branches aren't coming out. Oh, Lord, that's a bad idea. Hold on a minute. There we go. Okay, we're out of breath, even though we haven't done anything. Here's where we're starting. I think maybe we should try to fit in the jack-o'-lanterns to see if they're even going to work in this theme. I don't know. They kind of have... Okay, I feel like this one could work. This one still has a tag on it, by the way. This one could work, but I only have one of these. The other ones I have look like this, and I don't think they're gonna go. It's just not gonna go with the aesthetic. But do I really want to hone in on an aesthetic? Probably. Who are we kidding? I just don't think it's gonna go. Everything is just way too big. Like all these big pieces. All right, let's see what regular jack-o'-lanterns look like. I don't think these are, well, you know what? I actually don't hate the regular jack-o'-lantern. I don't know if the aesthetics are going together, but what if we just keep working on it? And worst case scenario, we just take away the jack-o'-lanterns. I kind of wanted to use these old looking lanterns, but again, this is another big piece. We're just have a bunch of big pieces on a mantle and there's gonna be no room for anything else. I don't know that we need two. Not everything has to be symmetrical. I feel like this is one of those things we can just... The only thing I don't like about this is these three things are the same height. I hate that. If you know, you know, I hate that. I don't know. I'm questioning all my life choices. I feel like I'm a little rusty in my decorating skills right now. It's been a minute. I feel like we're in a cemetery, so we need some floral. And... Okay, we might just scratch the jack-o'-lantern situation because I really want to use her. Because I feel like you need a little veiled lady in your cemetery. And see, now I don't think this goes at all. Like now it just looks like a... So I guess we'll just do a dark mantle. We're just doing a different dark mantle than I already had up. I remembered I had this guy from Michael's last year when they did their dark spring line last year. I have this guy. I decorate with this thing all year round, but I thought it'd be perfect. Once again, a little floral situation. And maybe we put him here. I don't know. We'll move it around. What else is in the cemetery, everybody? In Sleepy Hollow. I feel like there would be a jack-o'-lantern, but I don't think it would be orange. I think it would be a rotten jack-o'-lantern. And I think this would go so great if it was smaller. And no, it still wouldn't. Okay, we're just not doing that. I don't even know what my theme is for this year's Halloween mantle. I need to start planning. Dallas mentioned maybe doing skeletons, which I think would be really cool. I've never really dabbled in skeletons on the mantle. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I mean, we'd make it dark, so it wouldn't just be skeletons. I don't know, like maybe skeletons with the floral coming out of their ribs and collarbones, maybe like a dark floral skeleton situation. We could include some of the graveyard stuff, like the, what am I thinking, tombstones and stuff with the skeletons, and still not do like an in-your-face graveyard scene like I did before. It'd be like a totally different version. But I have all these tombstones. That's the only reason I'm thinking about putting in tombstones. But I don't have a ton of skeletons. But I was thinking it'd be really cool if we could incorporate... Is it a baby crying? Does anyone else out there, if you have a baby, if you've ever had a baby, if you watch babies, whatever the situation is with babies, does anyone else hear the phantom cries? This is the one thing no one told me about when having kids, that you'll hear. I don't know if everyone does this, but I've heard a lot of people hear the phantom cries and you're like, oh, the baby's up, the baby's waking up, the baby's crying. And then you check on them and they're sound asleep, like there's no sound, and you're hearing this distant baby crying, and you're like, what the heck? And you swear, but it's really just probably the air conditioning or a fan that's on, and there's just, you know, it's somewhere in there, you know what I mean? Kind of like a white noise situation, and you hear something in it, but do you really? You know what I mean? But I hear like, it's not loud, it's just like a faint cry, like you think you hear a faint cry. And I have a monitor and everything, but I'm like, is it working? Anyways, let me know if anyone else, if you're out there and you've experienced that. That just happened to me. I was like, oh, the baby's up from his nap. And I'm like, he's asleep right now. He's not doing anything. Okay, anyways, back to our mantle. What's next? What are we doing? Do we have any idea? Absolutely not. Okay. I'm trying to avoid putting a bunch of stuff up here that I just had up, because I do want it to be different from what I just had up, but also still be spooky. I don't know. I'm questioning my life choices. I'm thinking I should have done In Your Face Halloween. It's not too late. I'm questioning whether I should just go get my bin of In Your Face Halloween stuff and do In Your Face Halloween. The only reason I say that is I feel like the thing I love about the In Your Face Halloween mantle is I love that I get the boost. I get the black and the orange, and it feels like Halloween. I get excited. And with this, I feel like this is kind of just my everyday dark decor. And I love it, but I don't know if I'm feeling excited for Halloween looking at it. Like, I feel like just excited for life looking at it. Change of plans really quick. I can always come back to this. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not feeling it. I'm back. I'm out of breath. I barely survived the storage room with all the Halloween stuff. I dug through it to find the In Your Face Halloween stuff and crawled over many a skeleton, witches, jack-o'-lanterns, all the things. And we got it. We found it. So, so out of shape. All right, so I thought maybe we could mix in some In Your Face Halloween with some darker decor. Do a hybrid. And you know what? Maybe I'm taking this too seriously, and that's okay too. Let's talk about the centerpiece. There are a couple options we can do. There's this guy with this tombstone with the jack-o'-lantern on top. I feel like if we do this, then we almost need some sort of branchy situation coming up. Maybe find some pedestals and we do it where they kind of come like this. Or does it look like he has hair? Option number 2, or I guess I could always do these branchy trees that I got from, I need to paint the stem of that. Where these could kind of go and frame the, hold on, let me get the other one. And have it kind of frame the frame of the mirror. But is it too much? That is the question. Or is there such thing as too much? I do not know. Try these guys again. Okay, I don't like this either. So my other option I thought of was just bringing that spooky house back in. And maybe I can find a little jack-o'-lantern for in the doorway. I just feel like I always have that house up. It's not that different from what I normally do, you know? The other option is the headless horseman. Hold on. Be careful with everything because I can't be trusted. I break everything. Okay, let's see. The other option is the headless horseman with the orange jack-o'-lantern. I don't hate that. I never hate the headless horseman. I feel like the headless horseman just always comes through. And it's a perfect amount where it doesn't take up a ton of space. Okay, maybe we're going with this guy. I always go with the headless horseman. I can't help myself. Okay, let's bring in some dark stuff. And let me get into my in-your-face Halloween stuff. Is this broken? This is freaking broken. Did I buy it broken? There's like a huge gaping hole in the back of this that I did not notice. And I did not drop this guy. So I bought it broken. Go me. I can just tape it or something else, turn it around. Look at that, everybody. Can't see it. I should just take some black tape and tape it. I can't believe I bought that thing broken. Or no, I ordered that online. I feel like we need to pull in some more orange. What else we got? I don't know where my jack-o'-lanterns are, my glass jack-o'-lanterns. Should I put this witch there? Just start putting things up. You never know. I got this carnival clown guy that can go over here. So we're doing graveyard meets random Halloweenness. Instead of these guys, these huge jack-o'-lanterns, should we do these guys instead? I feel like that's gonna work way better, maybe, for the vibe we're going for. I don't know how far we're taking this. Like, how far do we go? Do we do a grand mantle like we always do, or do I just stop and keep it simple? I need to find those dang glass jack-o'-lanterns. All right, let me go wrestle with the freaking Halloween decorations again. All right, let me just say, somehow, some way, in my complete chaotic world, somehow, November 2024 Jade, 9 months pregnant, taking down Halloween decorations, somehow relabeled. I must have been channeling my, what do you call it, nesting energy. That's what I was doing. Because I labeled every box, and I was looking for my glass jack-o'-lanterns, and guess what? There they were, in the box that said glass jack-o'-lanterns on it. Who would have thought? Jade who? Not me. Not me. It's not that I don't label my boxes. It's just I end up with too many ghosties. So I start putting ghosties in the jack-o'-lantern boxes and jack-o'-lanterns in the witch box. And you know what I mean? It all kind of ends up, because I don't want to waste space either, you know? I was looking for these glass jack-o'-lanterns and I found them. Just don't know where I want to put them all now. My voice better come back by the time we get to Halloween season, because I don't know how I'm going to jab my jaws all the way through Halloween decor hunting if I sound like I'm going through puberty. Maybe a little bat here. Maybe more jack-o'-lanterns. We can do, does a spider go in this theme? I don't know. I guess it doesn't not go in this theme. Oh wait, I need another little, let me get my little tombstone. This is technically a hocus pocus tombstone, but whatever. We're gonna use it. Because I feel like it's gonna go. Does it go? Oh, kind of. I'm not as impressed with it as I thought it was gonna be. Well, what else? What else is in a Halloween graveyard? I guess we're not being too specific because we got a witch and we got this jack-o'-lantern clown guy. I don't know if there are jack-o'-lantern clowns. All right, now I feel like those tombstones are not working, but let me try this. Let's see. I'm gonna swap this out one more time. just to make sure I don't like this better. Because I might like this guy better. And then, do you like this guy better? No, I don't. I don't at all. I just feel like the tombstones, the gray tombstones with the moss, it's throwing me off, but I'm not that mad at it. Like, I'm not mad at it enough to be that thrown off. I just wish I had some more gray pieces. You know what? While I'm out Halloween hunting this year, remind me to look for some gray pieces for my graveyard theme to kind of work in some of the, wait, that's the side with the hole. Rotate, rotate. We could do some lanterns. Where are my lanterns? We could do bigger lanterns like this. Bigger lanterns like this. Or a little lantern like this. And that way we can add some light. Which, by the way, I'm going to do a lighting ceremony again for members. If you're a Spooky Family member here on YouTube and you're part of the YouTube memberships that they have here, the YouTube offers, it's kind of like Patreon, but it's here on YouTube if you haven't heard of them before. But it's like a membership and you get exclusive content. Every year I do a lighting ceremony for members and we light it all up. I'll be doing that on halfway to Halloween. Or halfway to Halloween Eve, maybe, is when I'll be doing it. So we'll do our annual lighting ceremony to bring in halfway to Halloween, officially celebrate. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, I'm feeling extra indecisive. Here's a gray piece. Maybe I should put that instead of her. Put this. Do we not need these random orange pieces in there? I feel like we don't, actually. Do I even like these little jack-o'-lanterns? I don't know. Now, I don't know if I even like this. And of course, after we entered the depths of literal hell that is my Halloween storage to get those little jack-o'-lantern lantern things, now we're not using them. Of course. You know us. I don't know. I just feel like something looks unfinished. I don't know if it's the fact that the tombstones don't really go with what's going on in here, or if the jack-o'-lanterns don't go with the dark vibe, but I really want to keep the jack-o'-lanterns because they give me that boost that I'm looking for. Like, I like the jack-o'-lantern part of the mantle. You know what? I'm going to go get the mantle scarf, or, you know, our creepy cloth. Put it on. We'll see if it pulls it together. Maybe we'll add some fall leaves or something. It needs something more. I'm not sure what it is yet, but we're going to figure it out. All right, we're going to stick with this because I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in some of the tombstones. I'm going to do some on the floor so we can pull in, bring in some of the gray to the center. And I think I'm going to like that. I've decided that, and I think it's going to work. I feel like as the years go on, this creepy cloth gets even creepier. It gets ripped and it's getting all like, it's got weird mossy things in it, probably some spiders in it. Who knows what we've got in store. Who knows what kind of surprises we can find in this thing. But I feel like we haven't had much of a chance to chat because during this whole video I've been pretty much questioning this entire mantle and what were basically my whole existence. Anyways, how's your halfway to Halloween going? Are you starting to feel the energy? Does anyone else feel it? Do you feel it coming? Do you feel the Halloween in the air tonight? Of course, Halloween, like October. We're only halfway to October, or over halfway to October now. But we're so close to Halloween in stores. Like, it is almost prime Halloween hunting season, and like just in a couple months. Like, I feel like next month, end of May, we might start seeing stuff coming out. Usually it's June, maybe even July, end of June, I feel like. I think it was end of June last year that we saw At Home and Cracker Barrel. And by July, we were seeing full force Halloween in stores. So I'm excited for this year. Instead of being sweaty and pregnant, I'm going to be sweaty, not pregnant, and drinking my Baja Blast. We'll be back out blasting this year because I can finally have caffeine again. All right, so I want to do a little bit on the floor just to pull in some of the tombstone stuff. Not too much because there's a toddler tornado that will come through and knock everything down. So I'm not gonna put anything breakable on the floor, but I was thinking maybe a couple of tombstones, and they're plastic, so they're durable. He can knock them down, push them around, whatever he wants to do with them, and that's fine. They won't hurt him or break or anything or get damaged. And then maybe a couple of jack-o'-lanterns. I don't know. We'll see where the spooky wind blows us. Let me pick this stuff up and then we'll reconvene. Still have some fake snow on the floor from Christmas time. Some flocking. Let's do some. Let me put this up. Second spot. I might move these guys a little further in. Maybe put that on that side. And then I kind of have, I don't know if I like that actually. Okay, wait. What is a tombstone? It's just like a background gray thing. And I could put this guy there. I'm moving it back actually. Because that's technically hocus pocus, but we don't have to tell anybody. Okay. Let's put a little jack-o'-lantern here. I don't know where I'm going to put this lantern. I don't know how I feel about that. What if we put a rotten jack-o'-lantern in there? I think that's too scary. Okay, now I don't even know if I like the jack-o'-lantern there. Let's do the other side first. Let me see what I got for the other side. Oh my God, I forgot about this scary guy I got last year. I never ended up decorating with it. Yeah? What? All right, we're back. We had a total blowout of a situation, but it's handled. All right, so where do we leave off? This guy right here. Got this guy from Home Depot last year, and I wasn't able to use him because I didn't do my graveyard theme. So we're gonna put him here. He's kind of huge, but I don't know if he goes with the rest of the color scheme. That's okay. We're just winging it at this point. I'm just trying to get a Halloween vibe. That's it. Halloween meets graveyard. Putting that guy there. Honestly, I think this works. This is good. I'm happy with this. After all that indecisiveness and all the questioning all of my life choices, we have arrived at the 2025 halfway to Halloween mantle. I hope you love what we did. Halloween meets graveyard meets Headless Horseman, a little bit of Sleepy Hollow in there. And there were some things I wanted to talk about while we were decorating, but I decided to do a whole vlog. So we'll hang out, drink some coffee, maybe drive around to a couple stores and talk about all the things. I have a list of things that I want to talk to you about in regards to Halloween this year, Halloween season, and all the things. So, because there are some things I'm like, man, I wonder what you guys are thinking or whatever. So I've already made a list. So that vlog is coming up. And don't forget, if you're a Spooky Family member, I'll be doing the annual lighting ceremony that will be on halfway to Halloween Eve. So that'll be here coming up in a couple of weeks. Wait, a couple of weeks? What's today? Couple weeks, I think. Either way, we're not gonna miss our lighting ceremony. We're gonna do it per usual. So that'll be for members. If you wanna become a Spooky Family member here on YouTube, I'll have the link to that in the description box. It says become a Spooky Family member here, and you can click that link. Or you can click the join button. It doesn't join you right away. It shows you what it all entails first. So if you wanna check it out, see if it's something you're interested in, great. Anyways, that is it for this video. Anyways, I'm gonna do a proper send off. Hold on one second. So that is it for our 2025 halfway to Halloween mantle. Thank you so much for hanging out here and decorating with me. I almost said me and good old Mr. Skeleton, but he's out in the car. But thanks for hanging out and decorating with me. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. Say hey ghoul hey down in the comments because you know I love talking to you. And yeah, anything else you want to talk about, what you're up to, if you're enjoying your halfway to Halloween, how you celebrate, if you decorate, whatever it is, however you celebrate, I hope you're enjoying it. And yeah, anyways, thank you so much for hanging out here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.